Welcome to the Prep Zone at DMVSTREAM.com. I'm Darcy Tharp, joined by Tyler Byrum, here to recap the WCAC Girls title game this past Monday at American University's Bender Arena, where defending champions Paul VI pulled it off for the third straight year, beating number 10 ranked St. John's. Tyler, can you tell us a bit about the game? The final score was 71-60.
Yeah, it was closer than the score indicated, 70-61. St. John's a little bit closer than maybe some people realize, but it was a game full of runs. Paul VI, numerous times they tried to go out, jump to leads. It hovered around 7 to 9 points the entire game until late in the fourth, and finally broke through and got that 10-point mark, and that's about when things started wrapping up. But St. John's, they didn't go away. I mean, a lot of people felt like Paul VI was going to dominate from the opening tip, and that wasn't really the case. On the other side, though, Paul VI, all 5 of their starters had double figures. Jasmine Whitney with 15 points, Ashley Owuzu 15 points, as well as Kate Klimkowitz. So just an overall strong starting presence by the team. St. John's, they were led by Kayla Robbins. She had a double-double, 22 points, 11 rebounds, went 2 for 3 from three-point range, and just, again, it was a fun game, closer than the score indicated.
That's very true. Well, what did St. John's not do that they could have done a lot better?
Oh yeah, well definitely it came down to free throws. I understand it's high school and different expectations that you would have in the pro and the college level, but in a game like this with so much on the line, you're playing a team that is Paul VI. We have a lot of players that are going to eventually be playing D1 basketball. You got to make your free throws. They were 15 of 27, and PVI, they were, got it here, 28 of 35. So that's a 13-point difference. If St. John's made all the free throws, we're looking at a different ball game entirely.
Oh, that's so true, and I know that free throws have been an issue for St. John's, and they make it a habit to practice before every single game. And I heard Coach Scribner saying, I happen to be sitting behind the bench, that if you can't make a free throw, you can't win championships.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, that wasn't the only problem. I mean, in the first half especially, rebounding was an issue. They got it all back in the second half, especially offensive rebounds. They actually led the bigger PVI team 17 offensive boards to 12, which that's a really surprising stat. But overall in the entire game, I mean, they didn't make it count when they did get those offensive rebounds. They couldn't convert on the offensive end. That's
so true. Well, Paul VI is just, I mean, they never stop. They're just like a beast. They keep going.
Yes. And they also had 11 assists on 18 total field goals. That is offensive production at its finest.
Well, I think that speaks to the leadership of the team. We have senior Jasmine Whitney, who's been the star for 4 years there. And so what does the team look like next year? We're losing a couple seniors. Are they going to be able to defend their title? Yeah,
well, Jasmine Whitney is going to Pittsburgh, Raven James going to Villanova. But Paul VI, they have a huge opportunity to do it again next year. They have freshman Ashley Owuzu. She had a fantastic game for them. 15 points, 10 rebounds, the only double-double on the team for them. They also have Kate Klimkowitz coming back. She's only a sophomore. And just all over the board, I mean, if you're a Paul VI fan, it is time to be excited. Amira Collins, they're all returning. All their big players. Klimkowitz had 15 points. It's going to be fun for them next year. They definitely could make it 4 years in a row.
Sounds great. And how is St. John's looking? I know Kayla Robbins is their top player. She's going to Michigan next year. Do they have a lot of good players coming up?
Yep, Robbins going to Michigan, Sarah Overcash, she's going to Illinois. It could very well be a rematch. I mean, they're going to have to find that void. Nia Beverly, however, she's coming back only a junior. Asia Shepard, a junior as well. So it's going to be exciting. I will be interested to see how it plays out next year. Another player that could get involved is Jalen Carradine and Sydney Wood. Both of them had fantastic years this year, and they aren't done yet. The season's still a couple games left.
Yes, fortunately, both teams' seasons are still going on. St. John's will play in the DCSAA tournament coming up, and PVI will play in Visa. So there is another chance, if you miss the game, to see both of these games and hopefully a rematch next year. Well, thanks so much, Tyler, for being here.
Glad to be here.
Thanks for watching Prep Zone at DMVSTREAM.com.